Yo. Yo. Today I'm reading from Proverbs 7. Yeah. It's a stormy day. You can see the weather activity on the GOES radar. And you can hear it outside. Proverbs 7. My son, keep my words and treasure my principles. Keep my principles and you will live. Keep my teaching as the apple of your eye. Bind these to your fingers. Write them on the tablet of your heart. To wisdom say, my sister. Call perception your dearest friend. To preserve you from the alien woman, from the stranger with her wheedling words. From the window of her house she looked out on the street to see if among the men young and callow there was one young man who had no sense at all. And I think you could apply this, as I'm going through the Proverbs and stuff there, you could apply this, oh look, Stephanie Yostin has new stuff. And look, it's the symbol of the thing that I posted. Are these the young men who had no sense at all? Looks like he's grabbing her tit, and that's what they're trying to get over. Because all this is a generated adversarial network using people, specifically using these cute women who look chaste and like they wouldn't abuse people to abuse my family and I. And it looks like the watch here, when I go to, because this symbol here is the alien symbol, it looks like very similar to the thing that I posted here, Shadowban Revelation, where I tag all of these people who are connected to me. And, you know, I explain a bunch of their abusive rape behavior. And the lifting of the ban is the Armageddon period in Revelation, and a third of mankind dying imminently and suddenly. You can see from the storm activity, this is just a taste of what you'll be getting. The hail kicks up to 100-pound hail, really heavy hail, and you can see the hail is kicking up all around the world. You can blame these people specifically. These are rapists. They go down in history as rapist abusers. Dylan White, with his camera here, he's a phony. This watch here, I think they're trying to get over here, watch. And as I've been saying, watch, because all of you abusers, look, when aliens suddenly come at you in your blind spot in VR, well, my blind spot is that I didn't think my friends would rape attack me through chaste-looking women and have kids with them and then rape their children. Look, TX Weather Exchange is now also... Look at the lightning. I mean, this is not normal storm activity. I'm engaging them as Jehovah, Yah, Lord of the Storm. These are rapist garbage idiots. All of them that have attacked me are going to be thrown alive into the burning lake. There are burning lakes here in America. There's one in Costa Rica for Whitney. Look at the lightning. This is going on all around the world because of these rapist garbage assholes who are abusing me. Dylan White is a rapist. All of these people, when they attacked me, it started diseasing them. Like Whitney immediately, half of her body, she has some disease on it. Why? Because she's mirroring me and suiciding herself into me, but I'm engaging them. Look at this car that was destroyed by hail. I mean, actually.
Man, look at the side of this hole in this car. What is this car made of? Plastic?
And the news here and everybody is just watching. Like all of these people are watching. You're all watching these people rape me. If you don't speak up, you die into eternal burning death. If you speak up, you get to at least, in the least, see a kingdom of heaven manifest into reality. But all these people who've abused me, they've abused everybody. They've raped an entire generation because they were paid off to abuse me. And anybody and everybody could have a bunch of people surround them and abuse them. You get it? And they're just joking like it's VR. I'm just in some kind of VR thing. The other thing here is she's grabbing 2 joysticks because she's jerking off bunches of men, and there's a guy behind them fucking. Do you get it? Like trying to indicate that there's people fucking and stuff. Instead of working with me, people have just been harassing and abusing me, and you can see how everything's kicking up. So, yeah. And very specifically, last part of this. When I go all the way down here, or at least a lot further, I was looking through this, and like a long time ago when this was all going on, I mean years ago, like when this first started, when they first started harassing me, and that it's been allowed here, and my rights are being abused, and my constitutional rights are being violated. I've been falsely imprisoned, and I'm being abused here, and my sexuality. And I think that they were like, oh, I love you, JK. They don't actually love me. They're just abusing me. Get it? They had some kids with people connected to me or something, raping me. Everybody who's done this dies. That's what Jezebel is. Jezebel teaching these women to give themselves to idols to rape, abuse me. They die, their kids die. She's gonna be thrown into a burning lake alive. This is just a rape excursion into my being. And looking on here, there's a number of things where you can tie this to, like she has a picture where she's sitting up in the, all right, well, whatever. Apply this to the alien woman with her wheedling words. And now he passes down the lane and comes near her corner, reaching the path to her house. At twilight when day is declining, at dead of night and in the dark. But now, the woman comes to meet him, dressed like a harlot, wrapped in a veil. She is loud and brazen. Her feet cannot rest at home. See, that's the yoke here. You get it? She's loud and brazen. Her feet cannot rest at home. She's loud. She's not quiet. You get it? This character is quiet. That's what she got her claim to fame. And I think here they're suggesting maybe some police officers raped me on the beach or something. I mean, all of this is a woman hyper-suggesting hyper-sexually abusive things, and that I'm just a monkey in a zoo. And I think I caught that it was Dylan White and the people connected to Drop Clock, and they were paid off by like Bella Hadid and people to rape, abuse me, and these are the people who are paying money to attack into America for the Prince of Persia and a bunch of rapist Mecca slam idiots in Saudi Arabia creating a fake rape religion 900 years after Jesus already said, if you do this, you're going to get all of the plagues as indicated in the book. That's why it's hailing constantly in Saudi Arabia. But to the people in China treating me like the Monkey King, I'm not a monkey in a zoo. This is going to be like the lion of the tribe of Yoda, and these dumb rapist whores are all going to die into eternal burning death because they're rapist abusers. You've turned cute girls into rapists. They're using their sexuality in rape fashion. That's it. Now in the street, now in the square, she is on the lookout at every corner. She catches hold of him, she kisses him. The bold-faced creature says to him, I had to offer sacrifices. I discharged my vows today. That is why I came out to meet you. to look for you, and now I have found you. So let's go back to Stephanie Yosten. I guess you could apply this to any of the women that I've been pointing out on my Instagram that are harassing me, or specifically these women that are abusing and harassing me. And I think the idea was it's, you know, a European rape attack. And they were like, we're just garbage, so we can use our sexuality however we want. But, I mean, eventually if you prove that you're God, you can have whatever. And it's like, well, I'm going to have you thrown into a burning lake, you rapist garbage idiots. You could have done this in a way that didn't hurt me and everybody else. So look, she's covered. Now in the street, now in the corner. She is on the lookout at every corner. I have made my bed gay with quilts. Oh, I had to offer my sacrifices. I discharged my vows today. That is why I came out to meet you, to look for you, and now I have found you. I have made my bed gay with quilts, spread the best Egyptian sheets. I have sprinkled my bed with myrrh, with aloes, and with cinnamon. Come, let us drink deep of love until the morning, and abandon ourselves to delight. For my husband is not at home. He has gone on a very long journey, taking his money bags with him. He will not be back until the moon is full. With her persistent coaxing, she entices him, draws him on with her seductive patter. Bemused, he follows her, like an ox being led to the slaughter, like a stag caught in a noose, till he is pierced to the liver by an arrow, like a bird darting into a snare, not knowing its life is at stake. So they caught me with this seductive attack on me, because I thought she was just a nice, look, she's just a nice, pretty Dutch girl. She's not gonna hurt me, right? Look, modeling for Caroline Bridal, Caroline Castigliano. Is this more of the Paydens down the street, the neighbors? I've been attacked by a number of people in my reality. I mean, did Caroline do rape attacks on me through anybody that I'd be connected with? Again, people having sex and having sexual relations and kids with people that they're only having them specifically to incur torturous sexual pain and pain on my being. And they're only getting in these weird this is, in the least, a lot of stuff is implied by this because there are real things that are happening around me that aren't being fixed. And I'm just being, like, struck here psychologically. And I'm actually at the head of, so when I'm saying Caroline and the Paydens, they're supposedly Catholics. I'm at the head of their church, but they aren't following me. You aren't supposed to call anybody on earth daddy, right? You're supposed to call the one in heaven. And yo, the word of God who's taking everybody to the kingdom of heaven. Yo, I know who I am, where I am. Yo, people are trying to destroy my reality and keep me in a state of hell and keep humanity in a state of hell. And this is how they do it in the first world. And nope, not anymore. It says noose here, and this is like in Genesis 32 when it talks about the strike on the thigh that magistrate has done. It's a sexual execution. Whatever magistrates have done this, whether legal or illegal, like moon people or sun people, you are sun people or moon people. I'm standing on the moon and crowned with the sun because you've both attacked someone who you shouldn't have. And now, my son, listen to me. Pay attention to the words I have to say. Do not let your heart stray into her ways or wander into her paths. She has done so many to death, and the strongest have all been her victims. Her house is the way to Sheol, the descent to the courts of death. Jesus already went to hell and then came back and was victorious. I know who I am and what the name on me is, and who the name on me is. Yo. Yeah, I know who I am. And I know that even at the depths of hell and demons like this, these things, train harder, demon, and stuff like that, people connected to me signaling at me like this, and that they got all these demon, like, oh, we're demons. Yo. Shady. Take off my ankle monitor. Jehovah. Al Shaddai is Al Shady. A shade is a demon. Shade with a yod at the end is possessive. When you put the yod at the end of something, it's possessive of the person saying it. Al, God. God, my demon. That's the Almighty. Pantocrator in Greek. Al Shaddai or Al Shady in Hebrew. Shady. To the modern day culture, shady. Will the real Shady please stand up? I think the moo is pretty slim these days. I'm getting there, right? Yeah. And there's Moses Leroy. All right, that's it. Look, she's just a nice bride. She's not going to abuse and harass and wait, actually, they're just a bunch of women being used to harass. It's not even a real account. They're just fake women harassing and abusing my life away. Any one of them, I would have been happy with being my wife or a girl. Something, you know, like I didn't want to be harassed at my sexuality. And what these people have done is rape away my life and have made a point to abuse me. And they're trying to make it silly, but they just look like they're at the end of their rope, honestly. That's it. That's all. I hope you've enjoyed this. And look at all the weather stuff. Strong rains, strong wind, heavy rain, lights flickering on and off. This storm's no joke. True Anomaly Brewing Company, and that's Brandy Smith from Brandy KHOU. I mean, all of this storm activity is clearly the large hail that I've been covering up to this, and that is happening every day, in the least multiple times a week in Saudi Arabia in the desert, and has been since I've been covering it for a year. And when I really started covering it on YouTube, it started like every day. And now the hail is kicking up all around the world. And, you know, exactly 5 months ago, I had this lightning storm video where you can see me literally, look, I tag it 4620. As you hear him talking about, until it's nice golden brown, it's cooking a chicken, because it looks like this is just slowly cooking these people who are harassing and abusing me. You can clearly see that I'm connected to reality as Pantocrator, the one with the word of God on him, clearly has some ability to do some things that people don't normally get. And the fact that people are still harassing me to such an extreme degree is hurting people. That's why the hail is going on all around and why it's going to continue to kick up. Last post is,
Oh my God.
you can clearly see in a number of videos, events are connected to me that normally aren't connected to humans, though if you were the one with the word of God on you, exactly like the Bible describes, this would be the things that would be connected to you. And last part of this is, here's volcanic activity. And this is me when I was harassed, like right before I was harassed and evicted out of my stuff. Here's Stephanie Yostin.
There you go.
I mean, you could see it in real time.
Does this seem all right to you?
As they're trying to mess with me, the volcano's exploding. And El Popo's only gotten bigger since then in explosions. Now it's catching the forest on fire. So the hail and fire is only picking up. And that's Revelation. All right, have a blessed day. Proverbs 7. Have a blessed one. Yeah.